Hello and welcome back to Experience Life with Dennis Price. Well, this is part of how I experience life is I start my day with a bit of a routine. It's not real strict, but I make sure I keep certain components in there. See, a lot of people start with their to-do list, checking their texts, checking their emails. What's on there? What's just scrolling? Oh, who did I miss? What, that the FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. Oh, what did I? And then our brain's already going. What we call, I'll do another old talk on our brain function and going from beta brain waves, where your brain runs the patterns it did the last day, week, month, year, decade, and you do the same things you do. But then to get into alpha state is to be calm. Breathe slowly through your nose. So I combine that. My concept today is, how do I experience life? Is if I had a bunch of great experiences by design, because I chose them intentionally to study with Sun Bear, for example. I always had this passionate, just loved being in nature. I could ride bikes, play with David Thompson's train set above his dad's hardware store in this little town with 300 people I grew up in. Wait, we had a traffic light, but I'd rather hike up the hill behind my house if I got my homework done and follow a herd of deer around. And so I loved being in nature. Then when I studied with Sun Bear, apprenticed with him, and then taught for the Bear Tribe for 7 years, oh my goodness, all the stuff that I wasn't aware of. I was there, the experience of nature was happening, but how I experienced it was so minimal compared to when I had this rich understanding from a true Native American Indian teacher. And I thought, oh, what I missed out on, what I could have had. Now we don't dwell on that. We go, oh yeah, let's contrast that. So let's make sure now that we do things that allow us that. So then I take, the Bible college and studying with Tony Robbins and motivation, excitement, and get yourself pumped up and all that. And then Peter Sage with the Ultimate Mentorship Forum, whose program I run, and as a personal coaching program, take you to a whole other level of life, awareness of how the universe, how you work. But today's lesson is how do I combine those things? How do I put things together? So, yeah, that part about nature. Well, here I am sitting outside. If I'm quiet, you might hear the birds. They're over in some of those trees. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn around here. Remember the lesson on how you do anything is how you do everything? That's where I pulled the weeds out of my fire pit. So here's where I come out and sit in the morning. I'm under a little patio. It's actually raining lately. I hear the pitter patter above me on the little canopy I have. But the idea being combining I start my day taking some time, and if you have to get up early, if you get up and go to a job and you have to get up early, then get up early. Get up a half hour earlier to do this. But being calm, actually calming your mind, which the most effective way to do that quickly is just take through your nose, not your mouth. You breathe in slowly. And out slowly. So the idea being, you're actually letting air go through these little organelles in your nose that are linked to the limbic system of your brain. Actually, physically, the structure of it is to calm your brain. So breathing slowly through your nose, some people call it meditation. You can, meditation gets in all kinds of things, whether you're adopting a religious belief, Zen Buddhism or Hinduism or or something else, or if you didn't have to do all that stuff, you just, the physiology part of it that I've studied a lot, being my degree in emergency medicine and working in ERs and rescue with the fire department, but just calming your mind physically. An EEG can show you have slower brain waves when you breathe slowly in and out through your nose. So I come out here, this is my backyard, I'm looking at this in the morning from this nice chair right outside my back door, and this is what I do. I combine what I got from Sun Bear with what I got from Tony Robbins' motivation. Think about your life, stay focused on what you want, and all those things tied together we'll talk a little bit more about right after this break.